The following podcast is set for at least 1 hour. Introducing your hosts, from Fort Worth, Texas, at a total combined weight of 430 pounds, Kevin and Chris Newell. The Cross Promo Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Hey, wrestling fans, how's it going? I'm Kevin,
And I'm Chris.
and we're the Cross Promo Pro Wrestling Podcast. We are one of the father-son tag teams in professional wrestling podcasts. And welcome to a wonderful Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. Here to give you the recap of what all had went down with NXT tonight, and pretty gripping, pretty exciting show. I thought
Things happened. Yeah.
things did happen. Yeah,
Things.
I agree. I'm not going to argue with you there. Setting a lot of things up for next week, and
Their next pay-per-view PLE thing.
yeah. All right, give me a second here to kind of get everything all straightened out, as it were, so we can get on with the recap. First off, how's everybody's day been?
Or
Well,
I guess night at this point.
Well, night,
It's
but
gonna
day as
dark
well.
out
I
there.
mean, a lot's been going on. Got a lot to cover in the news. A lot of things have been going on. We have a retirement that has been announced, and
Everyone in AEW. No, I haven't seen it.
wow,
No.
wow, just taking a stab right there, aren't you?
No.
Okay, but
I mean, I don't hate AEW. That's.
yeah.
I know Jim.
I mean,
Cornette
to
does.
me, professional wrestling is professional wrestling. You know, I don't have a necessarily favorite promotion, but I did grow up with WWE, so. And we got this Chris, not that Chris. Wife's being a pain. Then come to our side, Chris. Come to our side
that
and
Chris,
just
that was
join
Chris.
us. That's how my day is. Well, welcome to our side, to where we won't be a pain in your butt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you just came in time, Chris. That Chris.
Not
this
this
Chris. God, it feels good to say that again. All right. Well, if many of you don't know, if you are on Twitch, where you could also see many of our streams, or many multi-streams, if you're seeing the chat, Aaron Black, he is one of our very first followers when we started this podcast. I want to say, 3-4 years ago, give or take? No, 2 years, about 2-3 years ago.
I know he was there for most of the TikTok live streams.
Yeah, he was there from the beginning. He's one of our, I guess you could say he's one of our ride or dies.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he
At
got
least all
here.
of the live streams I remember, anyway.
Well, yeah. So if you are watching along, whether it be on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram,
One of those places.
share this with your friends. Tell them, hey, you need to check these guys out. You're a fan of professional wrestling too. Check them out. So, without further ado, we're going to recap NXT.
Yins is in here.
Yins is in here, the divine Yins. All praise he who is divine. That is the Yins. All right. I had a good day. I'm sorry. I'm hepped up. I'm excited. It's been a good day. Haven't had dinner yet, but running on that. No TikTok lives. No, we're having some technical issues when it comes to going on TikTok live, but we're making up for it by going on Twitch, on Kick, and on YouTube and Instagram. And as soon as we get 100 followers on Facebook, we're going there too. All right, so here with the recap is my oldest, the fruit of my loins, the one who was born premature. I'm embarrassing him.
I was born at a very young age.
I think we all were, Chris. This Chris, not that Chris. You already know cross. Thank you, Chris. This Chris, not that Chris. Saying he acknowledges us. Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate the acknowledgement.
We're the new bloodline.
In a way, we kind of are, because, you know, father, son. All right.
Sort of.
So without further ado, I had to pull the Kenny Omega.
Artist therapist.
Yeah. All right, Chris. This Chris, not that Chris. Take it away.
So for NXT, tonight's edition of NXT, they started off with Joe Hendry in the ring, kind of calling out Trick for what happened on TNA last week, saying that on top of all the other stuff he said that Trick is arrogant, and he also said some other things. And that promo ended when Dark State attacked Joe Hendry, but this was after he kind of tried summoning Trick out to the ring. Trick was a no-show, but Dark State showed up and attacked him.
Okay.
So
Now that Dark State, they're I'm gonna say this about Dark State. They look to be the love child of the Shield and Undertaker. 'Cause
Undertaker was there tonight.
really,
Yeah. Technically, that's a spoiler though. So
oh, I see.
you'll like it though.
Okay. I didn't catch that part because, you know, I was busy. But
It was a short part.
but I still consider Dark State kind of like the love child between their tactics and how they go after people is like the Shield, and almost like Retribution, how they would go about it too, and how the arena goes dark and just like the Undertaker, and all of a sudden, boom, they're there. So,
Yeah.
all right, sorry.
The first match of the night was Lexus King against Ricky Saints for the title. Was it for the title?
Yeah, it was for the North American title.
Yeah. Was
Originally, it was going to be like Heritage Cup for against North American title, but Lexus
He
King lost it.
I'm yawning again.
We got DJ Crystal Clear on YouTube. How's it going?
Welcome. But you had Lexus King lose that match when he got pinned by Saints.
Okay. Well, of course.
Next thing that happened was this promo kind of backstage with Shawn Spears and his faction, or his group, one of
The Culling, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what they were called?
The Culling? Yeah.
But he was talking about how they didn't meet expectations their last appearances, and telling them to learn from their mistakes and how they need to be better and all that. Then you had promo with Tony D'Angelo, basically calling out Stax, saying that he's always been kind of good at keeping track of business and all that stuff. And he also said that he waited on purpose to attack him at that pay-per-view that night when he did, and that he's going to be paying for it. Then you had Stax appear on like the Titantron screen thing.
Oh, okay. He didn't want to be there in person.
Yeah. Well, he talked about thinking about being there, but then deciding not to. But he said that he's sick of taking Don's orders, and that he pointed out how D'Angelo is losing more power, and how he doesn't know who he can trust. And after he talked about how he doesn't know who he can trust, the security that was nearby attacked him.
Interesting. So
Security's turning on D'Angelo.
So this means that Stax is probably becoming his own boss.
Yeah.
And we're going to have like a mafia type kind of
Hey!
mafia war. Hey. It's going to end with them having to sit down. I watched too many Godfather movies, I'm sorry. And The Sopranos.
I only read the first one.
All right.
Then you had Metaphor. How they were talking backstage. or wherever they were. I forgot exactly where they're at. It looked like their little room thing, where they're going to be going their separate ways, splitting up for now.
Oh, metaphor breaking up.
Yeah, just for a bit. It seems like they might end up reuniting.
So does that mean Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend are still going to be working together as the Meta Girls?
That part I'm not so sure of.
Hmm.
They might go after some kind of tag title. They might all go after.
I don't know. They failed at TNA Rebellion going
did.
after the knockout titles. They fell short there and fell short going after the WWE women's tag titles.
I mean, I've heard about them. I just only saw
Chris
the
is answering to
Juggalo.
we
DJ Crystal
call,
Clear.
we-
We call him Juggalo though.
but for those that are on the YouTube chat, it's DJ Crystal Clear.
Yeah.
He does. He's aware of them. All right. Sorry about that. Continue.
Next up, you had another match: Carmen Petrovic, or Petrovic, one of the two, versus Sol Ruka.
Okay.
With Sol Ruka winning that match by pinfall.
Wow. Okay.
And then there was one of the commentators pointed out something about how it looked like her friend Zarya was looking at the title as if she wanted it. So that
I wouldn't put it past her.
next you had Trick come to the ring for his promo, talking about how he turned TNA into his show, how he's going to be making an appearance on a TV show called All American. He compared himself to John Cena and The Rock. So
That's a bold claim.
it really is.
You can't call yourself either of those guys until you've accomplished what they have.
Yeah.
So
But he still wants his title back, and after that, you had.
so do I. Sorry.
Hmm?
I was answering DJ Crystal Clear. He said, I looked at all the titles. I want them all. So do we. We want to kind of make a collection of title belts. And the tag belts, we get two
It's
of
on
them.
the list.
It's on the list. Yeah, because
Well,
it's on the list of. I hope you don't lose your place. Just real quick little footnote. We're working on making our own little studio here in our household, in the Newell compound. See what I did there? Less drones and less craziness, but we're trying to get together our own studio. Try to get it designed and everything, so it's less green screen and actual live background, where it doesn't look as crappy.
If I go get like a green shirt I have, I'd probably just be a floating head and some arms.
He probably would.
And that would be hilarious. I'm going to do that for one of these streams. I don't know which one, but
That, or we can do some skits with it.
that
With the
too.
real belts, not the replica. He wants the real belts, not the replicas. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Then Eva Rain came out. I think that was her name, right?
Well, she goes by Ava now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like the GM or whatever. And she talked about how there's going to be a 20-man battle royal for number one contendership of Obafemi's title.
And
And
that's
next week.
Next week. Okay. Okay.
And then there will be facing whoever wins that will then face him at like the PLE pay-per-view.
Did they say
Thanks,
which?
Juggalo.
Did they say which one is coming up? I can't remember.
I didn't get any notes on the pay-per-view name.
No, that's okay.
Then you had Oba being interviewed. Oba being interviewed. And then I didn't get too much of the notes or listen too much to what was going on during most of that interview. But then the Undertaker showed up, and this is when he was there, and he said something about how this is Oba's yard now, and how he's going to be sending guys to face him.
Interesting.
So we're gonna have to.
So
see.
he's testing Oba.
It seems like the Oba Taker.
Oba.
Remember?
Yeah. I remember that now. Oba Taker.
Then you had another match, Hank and Tank versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki.
The newly
Inamura?
crowned NXT Tag Team Champions from Stand and Deliver. This
Yes.
is, were they defending their titles?
Yeah.
Oh, this was their first title defense. Okay, I didn't put a title in the graphic there.
Yeah, it's all right. They retained by pinfall, pinning Josh Briggs. I don't know whether it was Hank or Tank that pinned him.
Well, I saw there was also miscommunication with the teams. He did. But it wasn't there between Briggs and Yoshi. It was miscommunication. Yoshi had swung one of the guys into Briggs and knocked him out, I
think
believe.
it's possible.
Okay.
Let's see. Then you had NQCC talking about how Charlie wasn't there, Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to try and do something with like their different breakout tournaments or whatever, unless that was like a TNA thing.
So they're trying to do something with separate from what Charlie Dempsey's doing.
I think. Yeah. Well, he wasn't there, so.
Okay.
And then you have like, I forget her name. Was it Ren Sinclair?
Yeah.
She was saying something about how Charlie's complex, and I don't know. Chase U's back.
That's right. School is in session.
Yeah.
Chase U has returned.
And that's basic. That's like the one note I got for that promo, and then like there was something about correcting one of their students.
He corrected one of the students.
Yeah.
Saying something about questioning him or whatever.
Hawaiian here.
No.
That was Marcus, right?
Hey, Marcus. How are you?
Welcome.
Welcome. We're doing a live podcast now. Chase Poo, says DJ Crystal Clear.
I mean, it rhymes.
Chase Poo? Chase you? Yeah, it does rhyme. It's kind of got a funny ring to it. Looking all fancy with the filter. Thank you. Trying new things, and so far they're
green
working.
Screen, though.
It's still going to be green screen until we get that studio up and going, and then when we do, it's going to look so much better. So much better. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Then there was a few promos. You had Kalani Jordan trying to challenge Sol Ruka, but then you had Zarya step in to where she has to face Zarya before she can take on Sol Ruka for the title.
Okay.
Hank and Tank are going to be joining Joe Hendry against...
Twitch is over here. DJ the Juggler. Okay, DJ Crystal Clear has jumped from YouTube to Twitch now.
He teleported.
He teleported. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Let's see. Yeah, 6-man tag, Hank and Tank and Joe Hendry against Dark State. And then you had your main event, which was Roxanne Perez and Julia teaming up against Jordan Grace and Io Sky. Match ended, and another thing, surprisingly no infighting amongst the groups, especially
that is
Perez
surprising.
and Julia.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Well, I mean, it seems like they're getting along more and more now because after what happened last night on Monday Night Raw when they were attacking Rhea, when they were attacking Rhea and Io.
Instant transmission.
Yeah. Okay. And
let's see. Okay, so the match ended in pinfall when Io Sky pinned Roxanne Perez.
right.
Yeah. And then there was another thing backstage with Ava again, where you had Stephanie Vakir talking about defending her title, having opponents and all that.
Okay.
So I think next week there's going to be a number one contenders match between Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace for number one contendership. Hopefully that's 1-on-1, and there's no interference on that.
Who would you have win in that one? Who would go after the title? Who would you pick on this one?
I'm gonna go with Jordan Grace.
It'd be a good matchup. Stephanie Vakir and Jordan Grace. I like that.
But
It'd
that
be-
was the last thing.
It would be definitely better than seeing
What?
it'd be different than seeing Roxanne Perez in the title picture constantly. Because I'm getting kind of honestly, I'm getting kind of worn on her going after the title picture so much. I'm ready for her to go to the main roster, which I think that's what they're intending on doing now.
Whenever the draft happens, if there's still,
If there's a draft, we don't know if there's a draft.
that should happen after what, Backlash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. They haven't given any word yet as to
When did the last one happen?
last year. It's always after WrestleMania.
So before Backlash, or
I want to say it's probably after. Last year, I believe it was after.
so
I'm
it's I want
not sure.
to say it's like between Backlash. and
See,
something.
Quirky Hawaiian agreed with you, Marcus. He said he agrees with you on that matchup, Stephanie Vakir and Jordan Grace.
Thanks. I think it'd be cool.
I'd definitely pay to see it. All right.
Yes, you should drink water, Juggalo.
Yes, you should. A lot. Take it from me. All right. So, do you have a match of the night?
I did not think about that at all.
Oh.
Main event.
Instantly went to main event, really? Coffee is made
Well, I
with
mean,
water.
that's like one of the few matches me and you both watched because you were working, trying to help mom with something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm a good husband. Happy wife, happy life.
Is coffee technically water?
It has water in it.
Because
See?
Marcus said that.
It's made with water.
That's what I'm saying. Technically, it could be water.
It's clear, so it's nature.
Just like the green screen. It's green, so it's nature.
Oh, that is actually a good question. DJ the Juggalo had said Zoe Starks the new right to censor? Because on social media she has been posting images of Liv Morgan and other female wrestlers in WWE and putting like little symbols over their bodies, kind of like censoring them. Because this one promo that her and Shayna Baszler had put out was they've been putting in a lot of the work being athletic and physical and everything like that, but it seems that you have to show off your body and show skin in order to get ahead in WWE. So I'm at Deba. No power at home due to a storm. Dude, I'm sorry, Inns. But at least he's at D-Bubs.
What's that?
B-Dubs. Buffalo Wild Wings. Feels similar to Lacey Evans. The we don't have to do this to be a woman. True. She's just mad because she can't. Can't be okay. Feel okay, and then that's the funny thing with Lacey Evans. She says all that, and then she goes off and posts racy pictures on social media. Lacey Evans, and then she quit WWE, and she never wanted to be a part of WWE to begin with, from what I understood. So it's like, screw her. Not literally though. Okay, so it is time for the Cross Pro News, and I've got some news stories here that are going to be pretty interesting. Rhea Ripley don't have to show skin to be on television. Rhea Ripley
Yeah, that's true.
scares me.
I don't blame you for that one.
All right. So with everyone here watching, have you been when you were watching Monday Night Raw and they showed Logan Paul coming down the hallway, off to the left,
I don't saw
his
him.
left, your left, his right. There was a TV there, and it was showing like Monday Night Raw, and then it was like scrambling up the letters and then scrambling it back out, saying something like this is welcome to Monday Night Raw or something like that. A lot of people were freaking out, saying that it was a Wyatt 6 glitch. And
I did not see that.
Yeah. Fans caught that and thought, "Oh, it's the Wyatt 6."
I feel like that'd be more of a cross thing. because of
it
the-
wasn't a
how-
glitch. It was how it was programmed on the screen. It was no sign of the Wyatt Six at all. And plus, the Wyatt Six are on SmackDown. They're not on Raw anymore.
I didn't see it, so
I
missed
didn't
his
notice it
entrance.
till I saw it on X, formerly Twitter. But I watched the video and I saw it. I'm like, that's just how they have the program, with the graphic of it. It's not the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six would be more like staticky, television-y kind of thing, like how we were doing our promos before we came back on. It was something similar to that.
To be fair,
To be fair, sorry, had a Letterkenny moment. A lot of the continuity issues after a hiatus tend to go out the window. Very true. Very, very true. A lot of continuity. It just goes out the window when you're on hiatus. So, and I can't wait for the Wyatt Six to be back. So Chris Van Vliet had another guest on his show, and of course it was Buddy Matthews, aka Mr. Rhea Ripley.
Mrs. Rhea.
I misspoke.
What
but
was
he
it
was.
I was messing with you about last stream?
Oh, I can't remember. You mess with me on all the streams.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
It was the way you said a certain word. I
forgot why 6 was. Yeah, they're still a thing.
I mean, hopefully they didn't get released again.
No, they didn't. I told you because Bo Dallas is injured and they're working on coming back. And then they're saying they're gonna include Alexa Bliss, and I'm like, yes, finally. But on with the news. Buddy Matthews was asked by Chris Van Vliet about the current condition of his injury that he had sustained a while back, saying, quote, "It's okay." It's about his ankle. It's okay. Rolled it pretty bad. Had an X-ray, MRI. There was no break, but there was partial ligament tear and cartilage damage. I'm walking. I haven't ran. I haven't jumped. I've just started implementing cardio, but then it kind of stiffens up, and we're working through it. But the docs are telling me I've never seen an ankle roll that much under someone without completely destroying, smashing, disintegrating the bones. Jeez.
Those are a lot of bad-sounding words.
That's a lot of bad-sounding words. So I didn't break the bone, which was incredible, but then I had to wrestle 15 minutes after it. So he rolled it, but then strained some muscles and tore some things, but continued on with the match, He's my favorite wrestler, to be honest. I started liking him when he was... Oh, yeah. Ask Buddy if WWE return happens. Actually, I don't think he did. That's actually a good question, Chris. Juggalo. No, he did not. He asked him how soon he was going to get back into wrestling. I honestly think he will come back to WWE because since Aleister Black has now debuted just this past Friday, which was awesome, on SmackDown, I sense him going back, Buddy Murphy going back and going to Raw, reuniting with, and then this is just pure,
Not like insider knowledge or
it's
anything.
not, yeah, we haven't had any official word, but just hoping it's one of those to where Buddy comes back and
Things happen.
with, it's well known with him and Rhea Ripley, and he goes after Dominic.
Yeah.
That would be, because before he got released and left WWE,
They team up and go after...
No. Just like Chris, not that Chris. Like he said, he was part of a faction, a group with Seth Rollins, where he was like the savior of WWE or whatever. And
So this is the second time he's done this. So.
yes, and Buddy Murphy was one of his disciples, as well as Austin Theory, and he had a feud with Seth Rollins had a feud with Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. And Buddy at one point did have a match with Dominic.
House of Black WWE edition.
WWE. No, I don't think Brody King will probably ever want to come to WWE. But I would like to see Buddy Matthews back into WWE. As far as his return, Chris Van Vliet had asked him about his return to the ring and in-ring action. He answered with, quote, "I'm hoping sooner rather than later." What happened? Did we freeze?
I don't know. I'm trying to use instant transmission.
Okay. Well, I mean, audio's we froze on YouTube, but or on our system. Okay, we're back. There we go. It's fixed. Then when they were in AEW, the House of Black was favorite faction. It was mine too. What are you doing?
I was facing this way when it froze, so I leaned over here. And when it went back,
I know. I'm looking at the feed, and I'm seeing you do this weird 1980s pose or something, and I'm like, "What's wrong with him?" I'm thinking you broke, man.
That was funny.
Darby Allin return? No, not yet. He's too busy trekking the Alps or Everest or wherever the hell he is. But Buddy Murphy's saying about his return to the ring.
House of Black was one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Responding to that
Chris.
Chris, not this Chris.
Buddy Murphy saying, "I'm hoping, quote, I'm hoping sooner rather than later. I'm obviously going to have to get in the ring and suss it out and get back in ring shape." I know that doesn't make sense. But I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, fingers crossed, I'd say I'm about 85% ready. Okay, so we'll hopefully see Buddy Matthews back and help out the Hounds of Hell or whatever the group is named now. I don't recall. And I'm doing this without any graphics, but that's okay. So it was announced on NXT tonight. Miko Satomura has retired from professional wrestling after 30 years in the ring. She was
I think
once
they talked about that a tiny bit on NXT.
a tiny bit. Yeah, she had a brief stint with NXT, but also is known for wrestling in Japan. It was announced today. Plus, she had her final match inside Tokyo's Karuken Hall. Yeah, nailed it. Look at that. I can speak Japanese.
Sounded like some out of Street
Sushi,
Fighter.
Hiroshima. Sorry. Now,
Something about Street Fighter.
something about Street Fighter. Oh.
Who? There's some say that
Miko Satomura.
there's an owl in the chat.
I know. There's an owl that somehow stumbled upon
Either
the
that
chat
or he's
here.
referencing New Day.
Could be. So her last match, she had teamed with, I'm going to butcher these names now,
You nailed that one.
Minami to defeat Asia Kong and Chihiro Hashimoto. Hey, no, never mind. I nailed them. This was her scheduled farewell match. Before the match began, Kenta Kobashi had presented Satomura with a bouquet of flowers, and her parents stood by her side in a deeply emotional moment. But that wasn't it, though, because they had to have the match, of course.
Yeah.
So Miko, just to give a little history of her, Miko Satomura had debuted in professional wrestling exactly 30 years ago, April of 1995, in JAEA Japan, and quickly gained a lot of recognition in her resilience, presence in the ring, as well as her precision of moves in the ring. She became a staple of Japanese wrestling and had worked with top international promotions, including Sendai Girls, WCW when it was still around, and eventually WWE with NXT. And speaking of NXT, 2021, she had captured the NXT UK Women's Championship
Back when that was a thing.
back when that was a thing, and it could be coming back around again because Triple
Back
H
when we
has.
go back to the UK. I mean,
well, no,
Europe.
well, Triple H is saying he is thinking of making a NXT Europe, but then that's also saying that thinking of doing a NXT Japan and NXT Mexico, and I mean they just acquired AAA, so
We're renaming Triple H to NXT Mexico.
NXT Mexico.
Autocorrect is kind of just not good.
Yeah,
Responding to
it,
Juggalo and Twitch
it messes up on a lot of messaging.
a lot.
Let's see here. Now, for the since then, she had mentored a lot of new coming wrestlers from Japan, U.S., and Europe in those three continents, countries, what have you. So now 3 decades of really hard work in the world of professional wrestling and giving back to the business. She can finally take a break and retire. She retires in participating and battling in 135 matches in the span of 30 years, with 89 wins, 41 losses, and 5 draws. That's a career right there. When you can end your career with more wins than losses, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to TNA news. If question, did WCW have? They did, but they didn't emphasize them as much. Now, if you watched TNA, almost double the wins, nonetheless. Very
Yeah.
true. So, if any of you guys had watched TNA Rebellion, Chris and I did. Stop posting pictures on Instagram. They can come back. Yeah. I can't remember the guy's name. I believe his name was Leon. It was during the X Division Championship match. The spot where the guy had dove off the top of the rafter and dove onto the guys, and it looked like after he landed straight on the ground. He landed straight on the floor. No one caught him. A lot of people and a lot of fans and wrestlers were criticizing TNA, the wrestlers, about performing that, and the guy nearly possibly injuring himself or anything like that. Moose has come out today. Frozen?
I don't know if they're going to do a draft this year.
Oh, yeah, we froze again.
Hi, guys.
You can probably still hear us, but
Can you hear us?
yeah, they can still hear us. The Swanton 450 seems so unnecessary. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys can still hear us, even though we froze. I don't know how to... There we go. I guess I had to move the mouse or something. This program, we're still working out on this program here. But yes, Marcus is right on that. He performed a 450 Swanton and just still landed on the ground.
Splat.
Well, Moose has come out. Moose has come out today. And
Soundboard's not up.
wasn't even trying to hide the fact he was checking on him. Yeah, because he took a bad fall
W
there.
Moose. W for Moose.
So Moose has come out on social media and told fans and wrestlers to quote unquote zip it over Leon's fall there. He says, quote, fans who have never stepped into a ring, let alone burn a single calorie or done anything active, want to chime in on Leon's dive. Old and current wrestlers also want to chime in on Leon's dive, like they have ever messed up or made a mistake. Everyone just needs to zip it. Out of the mouth of the Moose.
I guess we got a new favorite TNA guy.
I mean, he is right. I mean, that's why we don't criticize much about wrestling, because we've never stepped in the ring. Granted, I've tried. I did the tryout, and my old age, no. Do. Seemed to be okay after his. Okay. They said. Yeah. So after the match, Leon Slater perfectly fine after the match. He said he was okay. Because after that, you saw not only Moose check on him, but a bunch of the referees were coming up and checking on him. And you can hear him say, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's like, leave me alone. Let's get on with this match, guys. My rebuttal to that, though, how many have made a mistake that involved encouraging someone to dive off? You got a point there. You're supposed to catch him, and it's like, yeah. All right. In other news,
sure. That Chris, not this Chris.
No.
I think it's a different one.
Leon. No. What were you're thinking of the? What was his name? He was in the match too, but he was a part of WWE, and I can't remember his name for the life of me right now.
Leon something.
No, he was with. At one point, he was a part of OTM out of the mud.
Don't know.
I can't remember his name, but he was a part of that group. Okay, so if
was
you
it from Cena?
probably okay, so if you guys had watched Raw last night, you saw Pat McAfee lay out a challenge to Gunther, and Gunther took to Twitter today with simple two emojis, a crying laughing emoji and a skull. He's thinking the whole thing is a joke.
I don't read hieroglyphics. What does that mean?
It means he's
He's
dying of laughter because he thinks the whole thing is funny.
Cool.
Started a gaming chat. Hey, nice. Let's see here. So Pat McAfee saw it. Didn't stay quiet for long because, of course, he had his own show. And was starting to express how he felt about it. Now, I've read this quote, made no sense to me whatsoever, because I thought Pat was going out there, you know. I don't know why I did the Macho Man hand motion to you. But he said, quote, I'm ready for that. I punched that punching machine over there. I saw some guy on the internet hit one of these things at a weight room. If you saw this guy, he looked like he was about 290, completely jacked. He got all fired up and scored around a 915 or something like that. I was like, yeah, 915 is fun. Me and Bruce do that left-handed. That's what McAfee said. Again, that's his direct quote, and it's not making any sense to me.
Oof.
Oh, okay. I've done that before. Because the guy I'm
we
talking
did that
about is
a few times.
his name Leon.
It was fun.
No, I don't think it's the same guy, Chris. That Chris, not this Chris. Yeah, I'm pointing at our chat. Our chat screen is over here.
Over.
Our OBS screen is right here. Squeen. And then, of course, I'm over here recording audio for our audio podcast. I cannot talk today. I don't know what the hell happened.
Leo Rush. That's
Leo Rush? No, it's not Leo Rush, but because Leo Rush is on AEW, teamed with Action Andretti now, looking like the Legion of Doom turtles from Super Mario Brothers. Those coats are a joke. I'm sorry.
Mixed with like the Goombas, because
I looked at those coats when they came out last week, and I was like, it's like someone put together Legion of Doom fan with a Goomba from Super Mario Brothers, you know, and they came out with those spiked coats. They looked so ridiculous.
They should be the next Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh dear God, don't do that. That would be hilarious. McAfee wasn't done though. He said
Spiky Goomba.
McAfee wasn't done rambling here, and I mean it. It sounded like he was rambling.
Just a whole lot of yep.
Yeah. Saying, quote, so if he wants to go and get a job, I think I'm going to work on some of those as well, because you can turn the knockout punch on, which I have. I have titanium in here. I guess he's pointing to his hand. and this thing has been around a couple of times. I don't know what he is talking about. I'm like rereading the quote too, and it's like not making any sense.
We're gonna need to get a translator in here or something.
He continues, what if I didn't know in my preparation going through this chop world? Okay, he's talking about Gunther's chops, those infamous chops that will like bloody welts on your chest. Maybe I've got an okay one as well. That's what we're going to find out. But he didn't, he looked at it at a realistic standpoint too. Went off and said, there's a chance I get my ass kicked out of there. Certainly is. Out there. Certainly is. But just know that I'd rather get my ass kicked standing up for my friend than be a coward and back away whenever some bully comes in and starts messing with a 6-year goat. I don't know who he's referring to as the GOAT because Michael Cole's been in WWE and been a commentator longer than 6 years.
Yeah, like at least...
Unless he's referring to himself, maybe, but I don't know. We need McAfee to explain. We need the bouncing ball whenever he's speaking.
Yeah. Regular terms and the bouncing ball.
Yes.
Both.
All right.
Both is good.
So.
What Marcus said.
King, he chopped him with... Anyway. Yeah. I would love to see that. All right, so we're going back to AEW news.
Speaking of, I'm guessing JR.
No.
Not JR?
No. So now they've released a new item that's going on AEW Shop. You can now buy the TBS Championship replica title, and it will be available. They got the date wrong on this. Pat works so much, I doubt he gets a lot of sleep. It didn't sound like it whenever I was reading his quote there. But
it could be the sleep deprivation starting to get to
it very
him.
well could be. So I want you to guess how much this new TBS Championship
First
is.
try.
It was JR.
I got it.
So I want you to guess how much this TBS Championship replica is that they're going to put on sale.
A couple hundred.
Couple of hundred?
500.
Ooh,
Too high, too low.
very close.
600?
Okay, I'm just going to tell you because you're like right there. You're in the ballpark. You're in the neighborhood.
550.
You want to? It's $599.99 for the TBS replica title. You can get now on AEW Shop. We are not sponsored by them, so shameless plug there. So it comes with
$4.
$404, $450. Do I hear 500? Do I hear 300? Do we feel like an auctioneer here?
Yeah.
But no, when you purchase this, and I think this is where that extra ridiculous amount. No, I am not kidding. $599.
I don't know at this point, considering some of the WWE title replica prices.
Hang on. I've got a list of prices, okay?
He's got a list.
I've got a list. Anyway, with this purchase, when you purchase this highly expensive belt from some of the same belt that someone has that has made the title irrelevant, they're saying, and this is a direct quote from AEW's. I got to move the mouse every now and then. Sorry about that, guys. So I got to keep an eye on that.
Does the little @ thing do anything?
I don't know.
You just made the list.
Yeah. So this is the AEW's description of it.
$600.
$600. So we're talking serious hardware here. This is directly from AEW Shop. Okay, this official replica. This official replica was crafted from the same art as the actual TBS Championship. The plates match the weight and thickness of the real deal, and the strap is made of simulated leather. We're talking serious hardware here. approximately 9 pounds in total and measuring about 51.5 inches long with 9.5 inches tall.
No comment.
Each belt. Oh wait, was
No.
this Gunther is?
No
his
comment
name.
statement withheld.
Each belt will come packed in a black zippered bag stamped with the AEW logo and shipped in a 12 by 12 by 12 FedEx ground insured box. AEW is also offering international shipping through FedEx with insurance, though buyers were on the hook for any custom fees. That's not what she said. That's not.
That's not what. Yeah. At this point, I don't know what he's trying to sell us.
But here's also the little fine print you've got to read with things.
I don't know. It didn't sound so little earlier.
Good one, my boy. That's my boy. No, they have this in fine print though. May contain minor defects such as scratches and leather defects. No refunds, exchanges. Actual color may vary slightly. All sales final. Getting an attaboy. So yeah, so even if you buy the belt and it comes to you damaged, you can't return it. They're not going to accept it, or you can't get your money back. So
it seems like something AEW would do.
So I mean, not only are they kind of shortening fans at like the live event I was telling you about, if you guys haven't seen, AEW is coming to our area in a little town, Garland, and it's a little suburb of Dallas. And I saw the mapping for the seating. They're taking up about a third of the arena. The remaining,
We're just gonna shift all the seats to one side.
we're going to shift everybody to the hard camera side, and we're going to leave two whole sections to where we can have people sitting to be just hard camera. I mean, looking on the map, it looks completely ridiculous. Compare it to a WWE map where it's more open.
It's an actual, it's actually around the ring instead of just next to it.
Yeah. So I looked up and took it upon myself to look up these prices. Now I looked at.
Is the shipping free, or do you got to pay for that too?
No, I think you probably got to. No, I do. I think you have to pay for the shipping. So I looked up the price of, and this is on their respective shops, both WWE and AEW. And I just looked up their main belts. I didn't look up anything else. Plus, I found two companies that do replica belts. Should go because y'all will be there. We'll be just sitting there right at the front row.
We'll just.
You suck. Yay. Yeah. I was just about to say that, Chris.
Chris, not this Chris.
If you go to AEW shop and you want the replica for the AEW title, it's $799.99, just like this Chris, not this Chris, had just said in the chat.
Yeah.
Now, if you go,
You just made the list.
careful, Matthew and Nicholas might magically hold you down.
Sounds wrong.
Phrasing, sir. Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Yeah. So if you want a replica but for cheaper, there is M&M belts and Arm
M&Ms?
Champions. Not M&Ms. M&M belts. And Arm Champions. Two different companies that make replica belts. If you go to Arm Champions, their replica belt of the AEW title is $599. But if you go to M&M, and of course we're not sponsored by anybody, would like to, but no one's sponsoring. You go to M&M belts, they will make you and ship to you an AEW replica belt for only $170.
That sounds better to me.
Compare that,
And chances are, and they don't have the weird.
but still, you may
No
have
return.
well, you may have some deficiencies with it, some defects that
Do
may
they
come
have
with it.
the weird no returns, all sales are final policy?
I didn't look at that part. I didn't see that part. So I looked at that, and then I looked at WWE's. WWE's undisputed. In your case, undisputed. This one here.
They had to undispute it twice. Okay, so
You need to give everybody the backstory on your undisputed crap, because it's been driving me nuts ever since WrestleMania.
you had the first thing. You had this other guy at some point that tried saying that he had the real belt, but he didn't, so they had to make it the undisputed title.
Kevin Owens.
The first time, though, right? Who was
Right.
that the first time? I know that the more recent time it was Kevin Owens, but there was a guy before that.
Roman Reigns.
So, because they had to have a match to make it no longer disputed twice, it's now the undisputed title.
And he does that every time when it's brought up.
Yeah.
He doesn't explain it, but he has to say undisputed.
But it makes sense, don't it?
The AEW belt is so worthless, Timo will pay you to take the belt from them.
Also,
I agree.
there's some comments further up, like it's close to the top now. Marcus talking about paying for a broken belt,
Yeah.
and then Juggalo and a boss.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd point that out real quick because I thought it was cool.
Okay, so say you want the undisputed belt that currently John Cena has. Don't you do it. You go on WWE Shop. You could pay $599.99 for it.
Undisputed. Jericho. would like it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's the triple undisputed belt.
The 3X undisputed belt, yeah. Wow.
Oof.
So again, if you want the WWE replica belt, it's $599.99. You go to Arm Champions, they up the price by $100 and say you want a replica, then it's $699. But if you go to M&M belts, it's $140 for a WWE replica championship belt. I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, there are people out there that are like, I want a replica belt, and I want like close to the real deal and not just some piece of metal.
It's gonna
or
cost like
leather.
$800.
It'll cost a lot of money.
Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, there's ones out there that are called like the deluxe or something like that. Those are like about around the same price that AEW's
super
asking.
premium or
Yeah.
some stupid combination of words like that.
It's just metal and leather. Just make it and sell it. And
Is it real gold?
It's not real gold.
Then why is it over? Well, then it would probably be even.
If
more
it was
expensive.
real gold, it would be over like well over,
be over 9,000?
100,000. It could be damn well near a million.
Be over 9,000.
It's over 9,000. Sorry, I had to take a swig of water there. Capital your name on Twitch, cross promo show. Your OCD is driving. I'm sorry, man.
I can't see the
We'll get to it.
thing.
Chill, relax, be cool. Stopped watching AEW last year. Yeah, I mean we're watching it for the sake of our show. No Mercy, Sparky.
Welcome.
More. Why am I saying morning?
Top
Evening.
of the morning to you, laddie.
Welcome. Thank you for joining the chat. So yeah, your thoughts on these promotions, just with all these prices. I mean, you got WWE
Who
with
was
their
it that-
high ticket prices, and then
Who
AEW.
was it that reacted to the ticket prices?
It was Randy Orton when he was reacting to the ticket prices that weren't floor. They weren't ringside. They were far away. They were away from the ring, and this fan told him how much they paid, and he's over here like, that's embarrassing, he said to the fan. He got it on video too.
I feel like some of these title prices are the same thing. You got one guy that's doing it for like $100. You got one group, or what was it, Eminem or whatever? That company's doing it for like 100.
That company's probably
140.
doing it out of their own garage.
Yeah, but it's, and even then, that would probably make the price go up. But at least you would think, right? But
It would be a reasonable price, though. I mean, $170 for a replica title belt makes sense.
yeah, especially when you're charging thousands of dollars just for like weekly shows.
Yeah.
For weekly shows just alone. That's not counting pay-per-views and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy out there. There's probably a guy in a Home Depot parking lot. Exactly.
I thought about making a Home Depot joke when you were talking about hardware on the belt.
He made it in the lumber section.
Oh no, they let Daniel Bryan make another title belt.
Oh, dear God. Don't remind me of that one.
Yeah.
The
Eco belt.
the burlap sack title, as I like to call it, because it was practically the eco title. Yeah, that was ridiculous, man.
How much is that Dwayne Johnson belt?
I don't know. I mean, I could look it up.
Again, not sponsored.
We're not sponsored, but we can look it up right now, just for the sake of the show, and this will be riveting for our live. You know, just look at a guy going through a phone.
Truly riveting content.
That's what we offer here at Cross Promo. Anyway, give me a sec here. Go to AEW first.
Thanks, Marcus. Wait, is he talking about me or the other
Back
Chris?
When I like this Chris, he knows his stuff now. He's talking about you.
Yippee. Thanks for that.
Okay. Do 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 do.
He's looking for the belt thing.
Yeah, I am. Guess it's under novelties.
They're special
Okay.
belts or something.
So, if any of you are wanting the AEW diamond ring replica that MJF uses,
You too could now knock people out with a diamond ring.
I remember when you couldn't tell a headache from a headlock. Yes, while we've been on our, I guess, leave or whatever since January, due to personal things, he has been studying up.
For a second, I was about to be like, due to COVID. No, we didn't.
We came up with the concept of the show during COVID.
Yeah,
All right, I want you to guess.
but that was.
And I want to see guesses from our chat here too. AEW Diamond Ring replica. How much are they wanting?
Diamond ring.
The diamond ring that MJF uses.
I'm gonna start with 500. Start the bidding at 500.
Okay, I get 500 from him. Chat. Everyone that's on with us right now.
You should do it like an auctioneer.
It's true, yeah.
You got a 500.
Cubic zirconia 500. Anyone else want to put in a guess? Because this is going to be hilarious.
Oh no, it's like 1,000 something, isn't it?
Oh no. Just wait.
800.
You already put in your guess.
Yeah, I did. I guessed 500 too. Looks like yeah, 500. I'm starting at 500.
You're starting at 500. Real answer is going to be like 1,200.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you're wanting the MJF AEW Diamond Ring replica,
Keep in mind this is smaller than the belt. This goes on your finger.
okay, I hear $399. You got 500, 500, $399. If you want this ring,
3,000.
you only have to pay $150 for it.
Okay, I was about to say.
$150 for a ring, but they're wanting you to pay $800 for an AEW replica belt. Doesn't make sense. You want to know how much it is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship belt?
How much?
The same as the TBS Championship replica belt. $599. And that's all they have for replica belts. The TBS Championship belt, which is coming soon, the AEW Championship belt, and the World Tag Team Championship and the ring. That's it. There's no TNT, there's no international, there's none of the other belts.
$39.99.
That's all they have for the replicas.
Or
I'm serious. I mean, look it up. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Just look it up. It's crazy.
I'll buy that for $1.
RoboCop reference, nice.
It's been a while since I watched that again.
Okay. Do 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 do. I go to WWE site. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Why does my chest hurt? You know what? I got to start doing that. I'm going to use that one. Okay. So
Does
they've
your
got.
chest hurt?
So they got no. WWE has got a plethora of title belt replicas. Remember the big winged eagle from the Attitude Era? That belt, $600.
None of the $599.99 or whatever.
No. If you're wanting a John Cena autographed undisputed championship belt, you're looking at $1,400 because of the autograph. That makes sense. All the rest is apparel. Yeah, pretty much. If you're wanting a world championship replica, the one that Jey Uso has, that one's $600. See here, if you're wanting the women's world championship, that's about $525. The old gold world title,
That rhymed.
the replica one that they brought back, that one's the same price as the women's world title, $525. The new intercontinental title,
Otherwise, you can't see him.
very, very true. The new intercontinental title, that is $525. Yeah, they seem to go for the same price, $525 for majority of the replicas here. Yeah. They even have the 1986 replica championship belt that Hulk Hogan had.
Cool.
And of course they got the $1 million replica championship. They got a lot of championship belts compared to AEW's. Now the very first undisputed championship belt that Eddie Guerrero carried, that is near $1,000.
And that's the only one that's near 1,000.
If I were to compare belts, personally, that one was my favorite. Personal opinion, 90s era was the best. Exactly. I loved the IC belt back in the 90s. When, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, the Intercontinental title, the 90s one, great.
Yeah.
Wait, which 90s, though? Or which one? Was it the Attitude Era one? Attitude Era Intercontinental title belt was good, too. They're slightly cheaper. I agree.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But, yeah. All right. Well, it's getting to be about that time, Chris, where we got to wrap things up and get on out of here and get some rest because we got Dynamite tomorrow.
Yippee.
See what they provide for us. Hang on here.
He said Attitude Era.
Attitude Era. Okay. I like the Attitude Era belt, too. Early 90s I liked. Like 80, the 80, like Macho Man Intercontinental title belt, Attitude Era belt was good. The World Attitude Era belt, the Tag Attitude Era. When they even did the brand split, I still liked the belts. It was when John Cena started turning it into toys.
It spins now.
It can spin.
And the best part, you don't need batteries to spin it. You can just spin it. It spins. That was Dad's favorite belt.
No, it wasn't. Don't you lie. When he did that, I
I'm
was
lying.
like,
I'm dying. Why is my chest hurt? You know.
you can't do that and laugh. You can't
Yeah.
deliver the punchline and laugh
Yeah.
because it's like your chest is hurting, but you're laughing about it. It makes no sense.
Why so serious? No, I'm
Why
joking.
so, don't bring that up, God.
Why so serious, brother?
Why so serious, brother? I don't know, Hogan. Maybe you've been drinking too many beers. One of our VD's promos.
Look, it's spin.
Yeah, look, it spins. I don't know why
You see, it spins.
when
It spins.
Edge won the belt from Cena, he continued with it. It was like it spins, but it's no longer the WWE logo. It's his rated R logo and the star. And I'm
R
like,
for rotate.
R for rotating. You're just busting them out tonight, man. You're on fire, dude. I like it. I like it. Should be cutting promos now. Yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of them.
He did not like the spin belt.
I
I
did
joke
not-
about him liking it or it being his favorite. He hates that belt.
I'm more of an old school guy. What
He
can
hates-
I say?
he
I'm
hates
a
that
traditional
belt.
kind of guy.
I don't know.
It's called Ritalin or Adderall. No, he's been busting out with a lot of good jokes here off camera and everything. He's been pretty good. Okay, so a few things before we take off here tonight and see you guys again tomorrow for after AEW and where we're going to have to bear ourselves through that one.
Well, the problem I think there would be keeping up because they would cram like 20 guys into one ring every night.
Like they did last week. It was like, okay, Kenny Omega, get in there. Everybody get in there. Just get in the ring. Stop by and say hi to Tony. Thank you for everything you've done for my company.
He's surprised that they could get that many guys around and in the ring.
That could go so many ways with what you just said. So many ways that I'm not even going to begin to start. We're going to talk afterwards.
That's not PG. I'm sorry,
That's not
I don't
PG.
know if that's PG.
I
That's
don't
what
think
he
that's
said.
PG. Just a few reminders. We are still starting up our crossbody challenge, where I'm going to be losing. I'm in the way of the image here. Here, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to kind of lower it down a little bit. Just a little bit. There we
Just to
go.
fire Alberto again.
You know what? That's the rumor, and I found out he's still with them, with AAA. I mean, I made a news report about it last week, I think, that they didn't let him go. They didn't release him, but they suspended him because he, I don't know, threw a chair and it hit an old woman in the crowd. It was like,
Take your chair with you.
Senora, take the chair. Ah. Anyway, so the whole point of the
I make
What?
a note of that now.
make a note of it. The whole point of the crossbody challenge, I'm going to be losing weight and gaining muscle again, back to my military days. Chris is just going to be, Chris is going to be gaining muscle and strength. He
Hi,
doesn't need to
guys.
lose weight. I mean, the boy turns sideways, he disappears. He turns into John Cena. You can't see him. Anyway, we're going to be doing that. We'll be working on some vlogs, updating you guys on how everything's going. I'm going to have to deal with dieting. I mean, I'm already having to give up sodas because of my gout. So I'm having to find alternatives: lemonade, tea, coffee, water. Nothing's better than water.
Technically, all of those are water, though, because they have water in them.
Technically, yes. If you guys don't know where to find us, and
You didn't transition it yet.
I didn't transition it yet.
Oh, you were
going
about
to.
to.
I know what I'm doing. Granted, last night didn't prove it, but
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I think last night it was more like an issue with the computer.
I was about to punch the computer. Anyway,
See if this fixes it.
if you're new to the group and are not familiar with our social media sites, you can find us, of course, on Discord. If you're not on Discord, send us a message through TikTok. We usually are looking at TikTok a lot.
We also have like a video on a TikTok with the link to the TikTok.
That's right.
Or the link to the Discord in the description for it.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We even have a Patreon page. Of course, find us on TikTok. And like most of the guys here, on
KQ,
Twitch.
YouTube, Twitch, Insta. Those are the 4 places we go live at for now.
Yeah. Main 4 ones. We're working on trying to get Facebook, but Facebook says we have to have 100 followers, and it's like, whatever. So yeah, you can find us there. You can message us, get your thoughts on anything happening in World Professional Wrestling, and we'll read the comments here, especially email.
Crosspromopod@gmail.com.
We still have an email, yes. May be dated, but we have an email. At least it's not AOL.
Yeah.
Thank God. So, and I'm this Chris, not that Chris, and he's doing the outro again. He's like that producer's like, okay, wrap it up, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
you
go.
guys are.
Come on.
Let's see.
It's
You guys
time.
are like 18 minutes over your time limit. Come on.
You're over your
Come on.
time. Come on. Let's go. Let's do this. Come on. Wrap it up. You're supposed to only go 20 minutes. You went over. No.
Well, the thing is, we're about to go 20 minutes over sooner or later.
That is true. That is true. All right. So, let me switch back over here to the show logo. There we go. All right. So we will be here again after the conclusion of AEW's Dynamite. Hopefully, it's not a torturous episode.
Yeah, where we're just struggling to keep up on the computer thing or the notes or anything like that.
Yeah, same. So find us here again tomorrow night, and look for us on the social media sites, like I said. And we really hope to see you guys around soon. So for the cross promo show, hang on, I gotta get everything all prepped here. So for the cross promo show, I'm Kevin,
I'm Chris.
and
We gone.